What's up, everybody? I'm Alex. This is Jackson.
I'm Jackson.
We play in the band Bad Business, and this is our special Patreon only part 2 of our deconstruction episode of
Imbibe the Vibe.
Imbibe the Vibe.
Yeah, they know who we are. At
They
this
know
point,
who we are
right?
at this
they
point.
They know the band. They know what's going on.
If you're one of our Patreon subscribers, you get this for special, and nobody else gets it.
And we thank you for that.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's important.
I think one of the things we do on our normal pod is we talk cocktails, we talk music. Sometimes it gets all intertwined and, it's a lot of info. So what we thought we'd do for this one is really methodically break down some of the real classic cocktails and then also the chemistry of those cocktails. So what we're going to do is make a drink. We're going to deconstruct it and taste each of the ingredients, understand how they go together, because your philosophy, Jackson, again, and sort of mixology philosophy there.
Balancing the different ingredients is really what matters. Each one sort of works with each of the others. Especially, this is evident in simple drinks, where you can really kind of, and more complicated ones too, of course, but you can really kind of break down what's going on in a simple, 3-ingredient cocktail.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. They balance each other out, so we'll sort of taste how each ingredient and how it functions to balance each other out. Today we're going to talk about the Dark and Stormy, and by the way, you're listening to Bad Business Clubs, that's our band, and Morgan Wiley's remix of our latest record, Good Thing Going. You can check it out on Spotify. I also recommend you check out Morgan Wiley. He is a great producer.
Friend of ours.
Yeah. So check it out, but let's get into the drink, the Dark and Stormy.
We got a Dark and Stormy today. So, Dark and Stormy is, and officially, it has to be Gosling's Black Seal rum. That's the official Dark and Stormy rum. They also have the official Gosling's ginger beer, which they would say is the only ginger beer to be used in a Dark and Stormy, and some lime juice to give it a little tang. So we're actually going to be mixing these in the glass.
Okay.
There's the main thing with the Dark and Stormy, as far as the visual component, is the float. So this one, by the way, is super delicious and super easy to make at home. So fill your glasses up with ice. Get yous about a half an ounce of lime juice. Fill it up with ice.
And then kind of 75% fill it up with ginger beer.
And then this is where you get kind of the classic look of the Dark and Stormy.
And this is Gosling's Bermuda Black Rum.
Yep.
It's not too expensive either.
No, it's cheap. You want to make sure you're not too aggressive when you pour that on. Yeah.
Very cool.
Look at that.
Looks delightful.
Look how nice that is.
Look how nice that is. And I'm gonna bring this glass up so people can see the pour. So if you can't,
hang on now.
Oh. With the lime garnish.
Very important.
I don't know. The floater to me feels like it's kind of like when you take an iced coffee and put half and half in it, and it's the
same
down.
It's the same effect.
Yeah.
And then, of course, some drinks, the straw is non-negotiable. Mm-hmm. I think this is one of them.
Why is that?
Because people like to give it a stir themselves. Because there isn't really the alcohol pretty much only exists at the top of this drink. So what people generally do when they're drinking these, at least in my experience,
is you sort of
you
mix it. You are kind of mixing it in the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's it's for the purposes of presentation, which is kind of nice. You drop the lime in there. Hang on, wait. Yeah, and you get that that beautiful gradient as it moves down, and that's Dark and Stormy, man.
Yeah. So I'm tasting. I mean, obviously, it's exciting because I can taste the fizz.
Exciting levels of fizz.
There's definitely a sour bite to it.
Yep. The ginger beer and the lime juice definitely give you that, but I think it's nice because it really lets the sweetness of the rum come through. And you get that the molassesy thing that comes from a Jamaica rum like this, or I guess Bermuda.
Yeah.
Yeah. From a dark kind of Caribbean style rum.
Mm-hmm. Should we break it down?
Let's. Dark and Stormy is it's a good one to start out with because it's nearly impossible to mess up. So let's start with the star of the show,
the Goslings,
the rum there. I'll just get little.
By the way, this is you playing guitar here.
Yes, it is.
It's lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah, hot licks.
Yeah, I like it at this tempo.
Yeah. We had an original version of this. It's a much slower, Bill Withersy feel, if you will, I think.
Sure.
This one's more for the dancers.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's our Goslings.
There you go.
Now, do people drink this straight ever? Yeah, I mean, that's very sweet. It tastes like a rum where you can still taste the real rubbing alcohol feeling alcohol in the background, but it's sweet.
The good people at Goslings would tell you that it's not a Dark and Stormy unless it's made with Goslings. Yeah. Which, say what you will about that, but if you're going for authentic, this is what you got to do.
Lime juice. I think we all
lime
know
juice.
What
we know what lime
juice
is, but I think this is just for the purposes of the exercise,
Yeah, for the kids. I mean, I haven't just had straight up freshly squeezed lime juice in a while.
Yeah, tangy.
It's tangy.
It's very tangy.
It's not it's not like a lemon.
It's not a lemon.
It's tangier. It's not as warheads, you're tasting a warhead type of sour.
It's just a different flavor.
Yeah.
It's a different flavor. It's sour, but I find that, well, first of all, rum and lime juice, I mean, that's like peanut butter and jelly right there.
Yeah.
Those two things have gone together for as long
Time immemorial.
As long as there have been sailors, there have been rum mixed with lime
scurvy,
juice.
There's been lime juice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the British Navy was paid in rum for a long time. So
I could also see. Yeah, actually, let's get to this Goslings.
Yeah, the ginger beer. They make a nice tangy ginger beer. See, I generally like ginger beers that have particles floating in them. That's a really good, strong indicator of a good ginger beer.
Like they said though, with the Dark and Stormy, if it's not Goslings, it wouldn't really be one.
Yeah, I think that's only true of the rum.
Okay.
But obviously they sell their own ginger beer, so they.
I've also rarely ever drank ginger beer straight.
The cocktail tree, if you will. Some of the relationships that we've talked about, how it's booze, bitter, and sweet.
Yeah.
That's one that absolutely is tried and true throughout all sorts of recipes. This one, you have the sweet and the spirit sort of acting as the same ingredient, and then you have spicy on one side, and then sour with the lime.
Right.
So you get sweet, sour, and spicy
Right.
in one thing, and that kind of just smooths it all over.
If I may,
Yeah.
Lime brings the tang. The Gosling's rum, the dark rum. Lime brings the tang. The dark rum brings the sweet, and the ginger beer brings the heat.
There you go.
You got tang, sweet, and heat.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
So let's doing it back together.
Yeah.
I could see. I was thinking like why a lime as opposed to other citruses, but it makes sense to me because a lemon would be too much congruent with a ginger beer, where it's way sour, and then you have the heat from the ginger beer and the bitterness. And like an orange, for example, would just be doubly sweet. Anything sweeter than a lime would be. So a lime, you're right. It's like kind of the perfect level when you have a base spirit that's very sweet, and another mixer that's already taking care of a lot of that bitterness.
Plus, I think when it comes to garnishes, color is really important.
Yeah.
And I think that the lime just sort of pops against the kind of caramel color of the drink and the rum. I think if you did garnish with a lemon here, I think it would be too yellow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the lime, not only does it work visually, but I think the flavors ended up working really well. Lemons usually end up getting paired with bourbon and gin drinks.
Okay.
And lemons usually end up getting paired with bourbon and gin, limes with rum and tequila, which has to do with the regions of the world that these spirits come from. I think I don't know that the American South is a place where limes were readily available back in the day, and vice versa. I don't know if you could get lemons
you didn't have the climate for the Northeast. You didn't have that type of a climate to grow citrus fruits. And way back in the day when people were making the old fashioned, they had to use sugar for that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Because places where they grew citrus, I mean, transporting it took forever.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Not to mention in a pre-refrigeration society, you couldn't transport fruit over long distances. What, by horse and buggy? Like it just, you'd
be totally gone by that time.
Totally gone.
And that's why, like in other colder climates, I mean, we've had it. It's like mostly spirits altogether without any types of fruit.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff when it comes to citrus are drinks from base spirits that originated in the Caribbean or originated in Mexico with tequila drinks and everything like that. So if I could repeat the ingredients to you just so I'm remembering, please correct me. You've got, in each of these drinks, you've got a half an ounce of lime juice,
half an ounce of lime,
and 2 ounces of Goslings.
I did 1.5.
1.5 ounces. So half an ounce of lime juice, 1.5 or 2 ounces, depending on how you want to get, of Goslings, dark rum, accept no substitutes.
Accept no substitutes.
And
that's right.
Wait, sorry, I'm going to go to the order. Ice in the highball glass. Half an ounce of lime juice. Fill it up about 80% with the Gosling's ginger beer, and then top it off and get that top pour.
Or your favorite brand of ginger beer. I think the sticking point is Gosling's rum. It's got to be the Gosling's rum for the Dark and Stormy. As for the ginger beer, you can use your favorite kind of ginger beer. Maine Root makes a really great ginger beer. And if you're in the New York area, Bruce Cost is one that people enjoy.
Yeah.
But if you got the Goslings, because
that's easy to find.
It looks
too.
nice, and you got the seals. They got the seal on them. You could see the seal on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, it just looks nice to have them both be from the same label.
Awesome. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
To Dark and Stormy. Hope this helped out in understanding why things mix together. Again, I'm Alex. This is Jackson. Imbibe the vibe. Subscribe to the pod. Tell your friends. And thank you for being a Patreon member. You'll continue to get all this bonus content. And have fun out there.
Have fun out there. We'll see you soon.